I think for me, being a Jesuit was something that I came to understand I was being called to. I had a lot of great role models of ministry and mission in my life, but it wasn't until I read a collection of talks by Pedro Rupe where he describes walking through the streets of Hiroshima after the dropping of the atomic bomb and his encounter with a young Japanese girl who he had received into the church at Easter, that I came to realise that the gifts and talents that I have were calling me to be a Jesuit, and that made sense. So I didn't wake up one morning as a boy wanting to be a Jesuit, but I certainly found that the gifts and talents that I had and the spirituality of the society and its role in mission was something that I can best live my baptismal call in.
So as part of my journey, I was involved in science for a long time. Chemistry is my background, and so I had my chemistry world and my chemistry friends, but I was also quite involved in the church at the time and quite committed to my faith, and so I had my religion world and my religion friends, and then I was finding that they're not really coming together in my own life, so I was after a way to bring those two worlds together, and for me it was the Jesuit spirituality that was, you know, the closest compatibility to help me with that process, and that's what led me to the Jesuits.
In 2008, World Youth Day was happening in Australia, in Sydney. I was living in Brisbane at the time, and I was involved with Margis. Margis is a gathering of young adults from Jesuit-affiliated institutions. So these pilgrims came to Australia and they gathered in Brisbane, and I was a group leader for a community of pilgrims that were doing experiences. And in the particular experiment group or experience group that I was leading, there were two young Jesuit scholastics from the US, and they were accompanying the pilgrims who were in that same experience group, and I was very struck by their dynamism. And not only that, I was also very moved by the gentle pastoral accompaniment of the Brisbane Jesuits. And that led me to wonder, what would it be like to be a Jesuit? And one thing led to another. I decided to become a Jesuit. I decided that this is the life that I want to lead.
I think over many years, I've felt it was something received, that God was calling me in some way, and of all the different choices and the different things that a calling can do, the Jesuits seemed to be the right answer for me, with my gifts but also a lot of my weaknesses. And I think the sense that when you join the order, it wasn't ordained what you would end up doing, that there's a growth that continues all through life, and a discernment for discerning God's will, which makes it exciting.